each. One of them's already ran. There's 7 left to go of these. Eight 2-aughts ready to go. I'm gonna pop the ends on these things real quick, feed them up. Perfect. With this many to do, I say I put on a show real quick. We'll see how quickly I can strip 7 more of these 2-aught cables. They might as well be 3-aught in real life. According to these dies, they're a lot bigger than that. 1. Simple, easy, and fast. If you ever find yourself wanting one of these and you want to know what the mod is, yeah, that'll be easier. I don't know how long that took, but it had to have been like a minute. Eight 2-aught cables in under a couple of minutes. If I wasn't filming, I'd have been done a long time ago. That's nice. Perfect. Wires are pulled through, ready to attach to the alternators, and then I can start with my grounds, one thing at a time. Of course, I got these things right here that I didn't really mention too much in any photos or videos, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to use them or not, and it looks like I'm going to be able to. So these are alternator adapters, and although you probably don't need two 2-aught cables on each terminal, one is more than enough. I do have a lot of power in the back, and the run is kind of long, almost 20 feet each, so while not totally necessary and a little bit of overkill, It's not super out of the ordinary to do something like this. At least not for the people that I know. So these little terminals from Skyhigh Car Audio, they came in the clutch. I'd much rather have 8 2-aughts running to the back for that long run to that back battery bank than just 4. So I've got them on the positives and I've got them on the grounding tab. But just so you know, if you try to do this, this has to be ground down just a little bit in order to fit on the grounding tab. It does go, but I had to grind it a little bit. But it's there. Oh, it's gonna look good when it's all done. So far, just now starting the grounds. All the positives are on. I'm going to configure all this and make it look all nice when it's all together. But we got some ground cable here. Going to be running 8 of these down to the frame. No way to run this many ground cables all the way to the back. I took up just about every bit of space I could with all those red cables. Keep in mind, there's a drive line, there's exhaust, there's suspension because this truck is bagged, so it goes up and down. I gotta make sure there's travel without anything pinching, but I have a great solution. I'm gonna attach all these cables right here to this frame, right in the front of the truck. And then in the back, I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the exact same amount of wires right up to the rear battery bank and the amplifiers. Basically, I'm using the frame as my run. Now, before you say I'm crazy and I should run my grounds all the way, keep in mind, the frame is probably the best piece of metal in the entire car. Maybe not so much a unibody, but an actual frame is probably the best means of transportation you can get for a ground in a car. So this is totally acceptable. If there was any glue joints or anything in the way, bad spot welds, it would be different, but this is pretty solid all the way to the back. So this is what we're gonna do. Got a couple of 1/0s I gotta strip, so I made the modification to this die as well. Hopefully it will work just as good. Yeah, real nice, real nice, real nice. What was that? Definitely about a minute tops. Wondering if that's a good crimp or not, because it was so fast and so easy, we tested this. You can tell just by looking at these that they're solid copper now, but my cut is a little bit crappy because this blade, I don't think it likes cutting through that, obviously. This is pretty much what's inside of those right now. That's a solid piece of copper right there. Same thing for the wire itself. There it is, ready to go. Just gotta clean up the frame right here and attach them, and this front side should be done. Marked all the spots where I'm going to drill. I did that just to make sure it was halfway centered. I don't want it to be too lopsided. Of course, I got one of my favorite bits right here. This thing drills and taps at the same time, so I should be able to zap all 9 of those in there with the quickness and have nice threads to attach every single one of those to. And I'll be done here in a matter of minutes. Much a done deal. Everything's attached, everything's looking good, everything's secured. It's really hard to get any video of what this looks like up here because my camera doesn't really fit. This is pretty much done. I'm not going to do any zip ties just yet in case I got to bring anything else down here that needs to attach to these. But as soon as I'm at a point where I can lower this thing down to the ground for good, then I'll definitely come in and tie them all together real nice. They're just sitting there real nice all by themselves. There's also a cover, as you saw earlier, that goes over the top of all this. I may not even put it back on. I know it will protect the wires and protect the engine, but this car is not a daily driver, so who knows? I like the way it looks just the way it is. If you look under there, you see all those wires, but I don't know, we'll see. But right now, let's lower this thing down. Let's take a look at what it looks like above. It might need a couple zip ties up there too as well. And then this thing is gonna be ready for me to shut the hood and go to the back and start working on all that stuff.